Hello everyone, welcome back to Shane Judge's Real Estate channel.
Why are you hijacking my channel like that?
Come on Shane, you need a fresh face in the game. My name is Foronda. A little bit about myself, I have a math degree. You're gonna wanna work with someone that knows her numbers a little bit, right? I've been growing up in Vegas my whole life. I've seen it grow, I've seen it expand, and I am ready to jump in this industry with one of the best, Shane.
Yeah, so the reason why she's hijacking my channel is because this is Foronda. She is a real estate agent now. She used to be a substitute teacher.
Yep.
Still does that once in a great while.
For passion, for fun.
Yeah, definitely. But the reason we're doing this and she's interviewing me a little bit, I'm interviewing her. This is the first team member that I've brought on to Team Judge. The goal here is to form a team of competent, highly knowledgeable, integrity-driven, sincere people on my team. Training people? Oh my goodness. You having fun with the training?
Sure, yes, it's been wonderful. All rainbows and butterflies. That's yep.
Yeah. So we'll get into this a little bit. You'll get to know a little bit about Kat. She'll interview me a little bit more, so you will have a better perspective on me as well. So let's get into this new team member interview, as I'm gonna let her interview me, which should be pretty fun since I'm in the hot seat right now.
Are you ready for your first question?
Yeah, I'm ready as I'm gonna be.
Let's ease into it a little bit. My first question for you is, tell me a little bit about your real estate journey. What's been some of the highs? What's been some of the lows?
It's been ups and downs, you know. It has its ups and downs. They're very high ups and downs sometimes. My real estate journey has been a lot of growth, a lot of learning. Learning curve was, I wouldn't say hard, it's pretty steep. So I came from an investor's aspect in the real estate and then started selling, which two different sides. And the reason I got into real estate is because I felt there was a lack of sincere integrity in this business. And I'm here to fill that spot. But my journey, it's been one of, like I said, growth. When I first started, like you're experiencing right now in your journey, it's a lot harder than people think anyone can say. Like when you came to me, it was truthful with you, right? It was like, it's not gonna be easy. It is not easy. Time, money, patience. Unfortunately for me, when I first started, I didn't do the due diligence as like you did. I didn't interview as many companies. I didn't go in as in depth and have multiple interviews like you did, which was very smart of you. That's one of the reasons attracted you to me as an employee, your due diligence. So when I first got into it, I unfortunately got with a company that the integrity and sincerity weren't there. They call them puppy mills. They're just trying to get new agents in, get a deal or two off them, don't educate, don't do anything. It took me 6 months to get my first deal. It was a sell buy, so they sold their home, bought a new home, never done a listing before, called the broker that I was working for, no answer, didn't help me at all.
Yikes.
I had to call my friends in the business, got there, and right before the deal closed, they tried to hijack the deal for me. So my journey was a nightmare at the beginning. I couldn't make the stuff up. I'm like, these are worse than used car salesmen. Not everybody in this business has integrity, unfortunately. So that was the start of my journey. Fortunately, I'm the kind that you can only slow me down, you can't stop me. So I did my due diligence, and unfortunately enough, I was able to partner with somebody that has integrity, sincerity, very reputable in this business by Shane Wynn. Shane Wynn, thank you very much. So I partnered with him for a few years and learned the ropes from him, the what nots to do, the to do. So yeah, it's been ups and downs. So I think the worst part was my first deal. That was my biggest low. And then anytime I can get a family into a home that's been renting, a new home, those are my highest highs, you know, because they're going to start building wealth through real estate. They have their opinions about it, but the facts are, that's the only way the middle class moves up in the world is through real estate. You know, it's the biggest possession, gains the most equity, have a lot of money in it, and you can do things to improve it and get more equity out of it. So anytime I can get a family into a new home, that's probably my highs of real estate. So Jojo, yeah, you're one of them if he's watching.
I do want to say I feel a new sense of gratitude in partnering with you, especially with you openly sharing with us how it was rough for you at the start. And then just for the viewers out there, if they're curious as to how I found you as a new agent, I made it a point to interview at the minimum 10 brokerages, okay? And the reason why is because, well, I did my due diligence, like you said, and I asked the realtors I knew already, what's the biggest mistake you've made in real estate? And almost every single time they say, joining the wrong brokerage at the start. So what did I do? I told myself I am not making that mistake, or if I can avoid it, I'll do my best to avoid it. And some people think that sounds excessive. Some people join the first brokerage they talk to. Some people just think, hey, you're happy to have me as a new person? Great. But no, I went out of my way to do 10. And it wasn't just about finding the right person. I want to say it was also about seeing what's out there. And boy, did I really see what's out there. You're right in that there is a need for more agents that have integrity, that do things the right way, that have competence, that also steer clear from corruption, because it's there. And it's crazy that as a new agent, I've already seen it. It's kind of wild, the things I've heard. I've talked to brokerages that have admitted to criminal activity. I'm like, probably not working here. Doesn't seem to align with my values, but I am so grateful that I found you. Very, very happy to be here. And as you know, I was transparent with you during this process. It was between you and at least one other person. So I don't say this to say that, oh, well, Shane Judge was just an okay option out of bad options. I had some other good options, but to me, you really stood out in the level of care that you put into the work that you do. And I feel that that's going to set a really good foundation for my career as well, because I'm in this to help people at the end of the day. I care about others. I want to have those moments that you've had where people go from renters to buyers for the first time, because a house is more than just that. It's a home for most people. It's where people call their sanctuary, their place to have peace.
Memories
it's sacred
created,
too.
Yeah. Besides, the equity part.
Well, yeah.
Because I was thinking about starting a team. It's always been in the back of my head. And this year was the year, like, I need to focus more on what I need to do. I need to bring somebody in that can complement me, and so I can focus more on certain aspects and, hand certain aspects off to that person. And you just came in and interviewed me, like you're doing now. You didn't interview me just once. I think it was like 3 or 4 interviews.
Around 4.
Over like a 2-week period.
3.
Or a 3-week period. So that just showed how important it was to you, and it showed me that you're very diligent. And I didn't sugarcoat things for you. I told you I'm not giving you anything. It's going to be really hard, and you still were like, okay, let's go. So appreciate that about you.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I didn't come here for it to be easy. I came for a challenge. It is challenging. Oh gosh, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm navigating it. It's new waters for me, but I'll master these waters.
Yes, you will.
All right, next question. My next question for you is, what is the biggest lesson that you've learned so far?
Never assume. Never assume, and never take anybody's word, no matter how long they've been in the business. You have to do your due diligence. Somebody said, this is how it is. Make sure you do your research to make sure that's how it is. Fortunately, I listen to people that's been in the years, 20 years, and they tell me things like, oh no, it's that way. And then when I do my research on it, no, it's not that way. So the biggest lesson that I've learned in this business, and life itself, but especially in this business, don't take anybody's word for what it is. Do your due diligence and make sure you have the proof it is the way it is and why it is. That's the biggest lesson.
Yeah.
Like, don't assume, because it makes the ass out of you and me.
It's kind of like that trust but verify.
Yeah, trust but verify. That's the thing about this business, is it's always evolving. You're always learning. I think Duck, our broker, said it best. The reason why every transaction is different, because people are different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You have to deal with certain kind of people, so that makes every transaction different.
Absolutely. Okay, are you ready for a little bit of a different kind of question? Maybe something a little unexpected?
Bring it.
All right, let's do this. Okay, so for some context, before I got into this industry, when people would tell me they're a realtor, I would think, oh, cool. I would associate that with like professionalism, things like that. So I had a positive connotation with that word. Now that I'm in the industry, I'm learning not everyone feels that way. Yeah. So for example, I'd host an open house and I'd ask, hey, are you working with an agent? And they'll look startled and scared almost. Oh no, I don't want to work with an agent. I want to avoid that. And I'd love to know, why do you think there are a surprising amount of people out there that are so hesitant to work with an agent? Let's say it that way.
Usually it comes from experience. So they've probably had a bad experience with these so-called realtors and professionals. Unfortunately, in our business, the barrier to entry is very slim. You know what I mean? You know, you do classes and stuff like that. But there's a lot, like I said, when I got in this business, there's a lack of integrity and sincerity and people actually looking out for other people's true, benefits to try to help them. So it's probably because experience and also ignorance.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because, everybody thinks they can get a better deal not using a real estate agent. Good luck with that.
Right.
And I wish you the best. I get it. Sometimes, once in a while you can do that, but there's so many variables that go into this business that a professional is a must. I mean, you're not going to have somebody that says they can operate on you, not be a doctor and operate on you, right?
Right.
Because you want to get a better deal? Okay, cool. So 100%, one is ignorance, two is experience. So they've experienced somebody that wasn't professional, wasn't looking out their best interest, probably a family member that just got their license or something like that. It could be multiple things, but it's probably because of their experience, because the barrier of entry to our profession is very slim. And it's unfortunate too, because when I first started, I had to deal with that. Not a lot of people respect our industry and our profession.
Surprises me.
Until you slap them in the face with some value and some knowledge, you know what I mean? So even then, it's still a hard one, just because, there's a lot of so-called professionals that are not professional in the business. Yeah. And another thing is I experienced with when somebody's an expert in their field, oftentimes they'll think they're an expert in other fields.
Okay.
And
what you're saying.
When people don't respect that industry and that profession, they're, well, I read this, I did that, I bought 2 homes in the last 10 years. Well, I sold 2 homes last week. So our job is to advise, right? To advise them to make the best possible choices for them and their needs.
Correct.
And if they don't want to listen to our advice, there's not much we can do.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So I get bad experience, and I've had clients that didn't listen, lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. So it's not my fault. I tried, but they knew better than me, which is unfortunate for them.
And then my follow-up to that last question I asked is, how do you overcome that stigma? So let's say, for example, there's someone that either they need to buy or sell, and they're so hesitant about working with the real estate agent, whether it's ignorance or experience. Let's say hypothetically someone says, well, trust me, Shane Judge is excellent. So then they're at least open enough to be able to talk to you. How do you push through that initial hesitancy?
Because I used to chase, right? Go after it, try to sell yourself. I'm at the point in my career where I attract.
Okay, right? I like that.
So the best I can do is, tell them about whatever house they're looking for, whatever community, show them my knowledge in the industry. And from there, like if they're still hesitant or whatnot, this is the reason why I make these videos, because they're educational and it gives a chance for people to know me. So I'll just send them some videos. If they like the way I present myself, how I do real estate or my knowledge or whatnot, they can go from there. Because a lot of people will like push, they'll call 10,000 times, you see it sometimes. Yeah. But if somebody doesn't want to work with me, that's their loss. I feel bad for them, honestly, because they're going to have to work with somebody else. Unless they might get lucky and work with a great agent, which there are many of us out there. But, so how I get through it is through knowledge, education, sending them these videos. And I never take anything personal because I get it. You know what I mean? So if somebody's going to be rude and disrespectful to me, just kill them with kindness. Educate them, show them that you're expert in the industry, and just don't chase them, things will work out like it's supposed to.
And I think it adds like an additional layer to why I appreciate working with you. It's the level of transparency that you carry into your work, because a lot of people will try to tell you what you want to hear. And a lot of people have like this whole pitch, and some realtors can be very car salesman-y, but your authentic self. And the way I see it is you're open and honest about the kind of work that you do. If someone feels aligned with it, great.
Yeah.
If they don't feel aligned with it, that's fine also. Good luck out there.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that about you. What's your vision for the next 5 years?
To slowly build a team that's the best team, not just because I'm hiring people, but because I'm training them. So I'm gonna build a team slowly. SOPs, which a lot of people don't understand in this business. We're creating them for the team I bring on, just so I can train you correctly, give you the time and detail, because I'm busy. Sometimes you'll ask me questions and I might come off, like I told you, I'm not being rude or anything. It's just I'm straightforward sometimes. You know that, right? Okay. And I don't want you to ever feel like you don't want to ask me anything at all, because the only dumb question is the question not asked.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean? So to build a team, and hopefully in 5 years I'll have a big enough team where I can just give out leads and take a small percentage off them and don't have to work.
Ooh.
But no, because I love the work. So
Yeah.
Hopefully have a team of 3 by 5 years. Don't want to start my own brokerage because I love it where we're at right now. Well, if you don't know who I am Shane Judge. I'm a real estate advisor. And if you don't know who Kat Foronda is, she is the newest real estate advisor to Team Judge. So while you're here, go ahead and smash that like button, hit subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on a new educational video. With that said, let's continue with this Judge and Kat interview. So I have a question for you. So tell the viewers about yourself. Why did I hire you?
Okay.
Tell them about yourself and your little skills and your special.
My little skills. Okay. I'll tell them about my little skills.
Your big skills. Your
My
special
big skills. Yes,
Okay,
yes. All right. So I kind of brought this up in my introduction earlier, but I'll say it again in case it was missed. I do have a math degree. I do feel that it's relevant. And one of the experiences I've had when I was looking for a brokerage, I was talking to someone and she was a broker and she said, you'd be surprised how many agents don't know how to break down a net sheet, which I thought was very surprising. I'm like, you would think that's, I don't know, one of the fundamental key things to doing the job. What do I know? But yes, so my math degree is going to help me a lot, not just with those kind of numbers, but also understanding the market, because it's going to give me that advantage, right? If I know how to do data analysis, then of course I'm positioned in such a way where I can really break down what's going on in the market around us and use that knowledge to position my clients in the best way possible. So that's one thing. Another thing about me is that I am very thorough in the work that I do. Shane's seen this. I'm extremely detail-oriented. I'm also extremely committed to anything that I do, but that's also my personality type. Whether it's real estate, when I was being a substitute teacher, just anything that I do, I put in 100% because I take a lot of pride in the work that I do. Anything that I do, I don't do it lightly, because why? Why would I do that to myself? If I'm going to commit to something, I'm going to commit to it all the way. And then I suppose one last thing I can share about myself, as someone that was a substitute teacher, it gives me 2 advantages. Number one, I'm good at educating others. And that's actually really important in this industry. It's more important than people understand or realize. For example, I've heard some people say that their agents, and this goes back to bad experience. I've heard some people say that their agents will say, oh, just sign this, this, and that. Don't worry about it. I'm the professional. I'll take care of everything for you. I'm sorry, we are not here to take care of everything for you. The way I like to think of it is, as Shane brought up earlier, we advise, but ultimately you decide. I'm not trying to steer your ship. What I'm trying to do is give you the knowledge that you need to make the best decisions that you feel are right for you, okay? And being an educator or having an experience as an educator puts me in a good position to do that. The other thing that makes being a previous educator really helpful here is the patience that I've built up until now. Yeah, because starting as a new agent, I've already experienced disrespect in this field. I was thinking that the level of disrespect I've heard other realtors deal with, that it would take me months to get to that point. No, I've already experienced it. But what helps me stay true to myself and anchored in my values is the fact that I've already dealt with disrespect from children. Sorry, I'm not trying to say that adults are children. What I'm trying to say is that working with children did give me thick skin. And sure, as a new realtor, seeing this type of disrespect is different. I'm navigating new waters. However, I'm just going to navigate them faster because I already understand the psychology of the human mind when they're frustrated and when egos get in the way. It's crazy. I've already gotten a taste of that. And I'm just thinking, I literally just started. Like, how do I already feel like I'm in the thick of it already?
Oh, yeah, it's going to get more.
Jeez.
And you were born and raised here?
Practically, I've been here since I was 2 years old. Okay. So I may as well have been born and raised here. And I've seen the greater Las Vegas area grow. Okay. So it's been fascinating.
One of the reasons I hired you because you're a teacher. That's probably our hardest job is educating. Especially when there's so many wrong information out there from everywhere. So it's hard to counter all the misinformation. As well, you speak more than one language?
I also speak Spanish. Yep. Hablo español también.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you also do another language too? Okay,
well, I'm learning Cantonese, okay? And I'm learning how to sign as well.
Okay, she's pretty good at signing as well. So communication is one of the biggest things in any relationship. And this is a relationship business. So the fact that you speak Spanish fluently, because mi poquito español.
No te preocupes, Shane. Yo te voy a ayudar.
See, the fact that you speak Spanish, sign language, it's all very important to this business. And that's another reason I brought you on. So you guys are going to start seeing more of her. She's probably going to do some videos. We already talked about this, about some schools. Because when people move to the community, a big one is schools. And, you know, our public school system, I'm sorry, flat out, it sucks. It's horrible. But we have charter schools, we have challenger schools, we have private schools. So there's a lot that goes into the schooling system out here, and we'll do some videos on that.
That's right.
So you guys get a better aspect. How do you feel about your pick of joining this brokerage and this team?
Oh, I did a great job. I know I did a great job because I talked to other new agents, and when I asked them, how's it like? How's the office? They always seem like
hesitant.
Yes. They're like, oh,
don't want to say the wrong thing.
And then I can see them calculating in their head, how do I say this politely? It's good. That reaction I get so much. It's good. With that tone of uncertainty. And when they ask me, how about you? I'm like, oh, that's great. I'm confident in my answer because I know that I'm working in a great office. I know that I'm working with the right kind of people, but that's because I went out of my way to find the right kind of people. And then I'll just, for fun, if anyone's wondering, how did I find you? Funny enough, I found you on YouTube. So it's hilarious that I found you on YouTube, and here I am now being a new presence on your YouTube channel. And I'll also say this, when I found you on YouTube, it wasn't because I was looking for realtors in Las Vegas. This was the phase where I had just finished school, and I wanted to learn more about real estate before diving in and finding a brokerage. So before I even went on that journey, I was just thinking of all the possible questions one could ask in real estate. And at this time, it was an interesting time because it was an election season. And I was curious. I was thinking, there must be an effect on the market. And it's not just that past election season. I had this idea where surely there's got to be a pattern, right, with election seasons. And I was curious. So I go into the YouTube search bar, I look it up. Your video on that was one of the first that I saw. And I really appreciated your transparency, your neutrality, your objectivity, and I had a lot of respect for it. And there are a few other videos on that topic, not much at all, to be quite honest. I think like
the video didn't do very well too, which is surprising.
Which is weird. It's so weird because, like I said, there were almost no other videos on that topic. And the couple other ones that I saw, I wasn't as impressed by. So I saw yours and I subscribed to your channel before I even knew that you were working in the Las Vegas area. And then when I saw your videos pop up about Las Vegas, I thought, wait, does he work here? Like, wait, seriously? And then I found out you did work here, and I was like, huh, how serendipitous. Excellent,
Yeah.
most excellent. So then immediately you were added to my list of people to interview off the bat. And fun fact, you were actually the first person I did my interviews with. And I love how I went through this cycle of talking to so many other agents and so many other offices. I probably talked to anywhere between 25 and 30 agents, and it just cycled back to you. I started here in this office, and I ended up here in this office.
Well, I'm thankful for it.
Yeah, I'm thankful for it
I'm
too.
looking forward to what the future holds. So everybody, Kat Foronda, the first episode with her on it, there'll be more with her on it. She'll be doing her videos on her own. We don't know if she's going to branch off and do her own channel yet, which she probably will eventually, but she will be working on my channel and making, you know, a new fresh face in it. So give us your feedback. Let us know what you think. And I appreciate everybody for watching.
Thank you, Shane, for offering me this opportunity, this space to be an educator yet again, but in the YouTube sphere, which I'm so excited for. And thank you to all of Shane's viewers, who will also be my viewers as well, because I'm going to be showing up more. You're going to see more of me. And keep enjoying the channel, because I'll just tell you this, you're going to find the kind of content with us that you might not find elsewhere. So stay tuned.
Yeah. If you're still here, we appreciate you so much for watching. I hope you got some better perspective on me and my team now. And as always, stay curious, keep exploring, and we will see everybody on the next one.